Was fired off in Afghan capital today, and which was reportedly landed on the tennis court of the Indian ambassador's house in the city. This incident exactly happened at around 11:15 a.m. In fact, the house is in the heavily fortified diplomatic quarter in Kabul, which houses a number of embassies, guest houses, and also the NATO's Resolute Support Headquarters. No casualties were reported in this incident. This comes amid extremely tight security in the capital following last week's deadly explosion and the launch on Tuesday of the Kabul process meeting. Representatives from at least over 23 countries are in Kabul for this meeting aimed at establishing peace. We are joined by our correspondent Siddhant Sibul, who covers international affairs. Siddhant, what is happening in Kabul? If you can give a description of what exactly has happened and the turnaround of the events right now.
This is the second time in almost a week that Indian mission is under some kind of attack, because the last time it happened was just a week ago when a major blast took place in the diplomatic area of Kabul, and in which about 150 people died. The blast that time took place in front of the German embassy, and the German embassy is just next to the Indian embassy in the Kabul, and the window panes and the property outside the Indian embassy was majorly damaged, but no casualties were reported, thankfully. And this time around also no casualties were reported. The rocket landed next to the Resolute Support, that's NATO's headquarters in Kabul, where the rocket fell, and it fell at around 11:30 a.m. Kabul time. That's around 12:30 p.m. India time. And remember, today Kabul process is taking place in the city, and a holiday was declared in the city just so that there's no untoward incident in the city. And thankfully no casualties happened, and almost more than 20 countries are participating. And earlier this morning, the Afghan president lashed out at Pakistan, clearly stating that the country is involved in state-sponsored terrorism, and it's time that Pakistan believes in a stable Afghanistan. He called upon Pakistan to stop giving sanctuaries to terrorists in the country. And also, meanwhile, the Interior Ministry in Afghanistan gave evidence that Pakistan's ISI was involved in the Kabul attack, which took place a week ago, in which 150 people died. And remember, the attack, this is the third major attack in almost a week, because the first was the Kabul attack, and then on Saturday a blast took place in a funeral procession in which the foreign minister and the CEO of Afghanistan, Abdullah were present, and they narrowly escaped the incident, the blast, in which almost 20 people were died. And after that, the Afghan intelligence gave a video in which one of the suicide bombers who was captured, there were basically 20 suicide bombers who were captured. 3, of course, blew themselves up. The suicide bomber confessed that he was trained in Quetta in Pakistan and also in Shaman in Pakistan, and he was given information and the training by his handlers to go blast himself in Kabul. And again today, the Afghan Interior Ministry came out with evidence saying that Pakistan was involved in the suicide attack in the country. So all fingers pointing at Pakistan, and today's incident, of course, nobody has claimed so far responsibility, but from the past precedents, from the past incidents, examples, we can in a sense believe that the attackers had links with across the border, across the Durand line. So, of course, a terrible day of dramatic developments in which...
Well, Siddhant, when we talk about this whole, this development, in fact, of